Today we're comparing the Sapphire Pulse RX 9070 XT against the XFX Mercury RX 9070 XT OC Magnetic Air Edition. Both use the same RX 9070 XT GPU, both have 16GB of GDDR6 memory, and both are aimed at strong 1440p gaming with solid 4K performance. So the real question is not which GPU is faster, it's which version of that GPU makes more sense to buy. The Sapphire Pulse is the cleaner, more practical card. The XFX Mercury is the larger, more premium, more overbuilt card. Let's break down where that difference actually matters. Prices on these cards can change fast, so I've put the current best price links in the description. And if this video helps you make a smarter buy, a like or a hype helps the channel keep making these direct, no-fluff comparisons. Let's start with the basics. The Sapphire Pulse is a straightforward 3-slot card. It measures 320mm long, uses two standard 8-pin power connectors, and runs at AMD's stock RX 9070 XT boost clock of up to 2970 MHz. The XFX Mercury is much bigger. It is officially a 3.5-slot card, measuring 360mm long, 155mm tall, and 72mm thick. It also uses three 8-pin power connectors and has a higher 3100 MHz boost clock. So the Sapphire is easier to fit, easier to power, and more understated. The XFX is physically larger, more aggressive, and built for users who want the biggest custom version they can fit in their case. Now let's talk performance, because this is where the spec sheet can be misleading. The XFX has the higher factory clock, so it's technically the slightly faster card. But in PC Perspectives testing, the XFX Mercury OC only averaged less than 2 extra frames per second across 4 game tests, compared with lower clocked RX 9070 XT results. That tells us the important part. The extra clock speed is nice, but it doesn't turn the XFX into a different class of GPU. The Sapphire Pulse also performed exactly where you would expect a stock clocked RX 9070 XT to land. PC Perspective found it sitting just below Sapphire's faster Nitro Plus model, with only small 1 to 3 FPS differences shown in their comparison charts. So for actual gameplay, both cards are very close. The XFX wins if you want a couple of extra frames without manual tuning. But if you're buying for the core RX 9070 XT experience, the Sapphire gives up very little. Next, thermals and noise are where both cards look strong, but the Sapphire is especially impressive for its size. In PC Perspective's 20-run 3D Mark Speedway stress test, the Sapphire Pulse did not exceed 50 degrees Celsius on the GPU core, with a 72-degree hotspot, though that was in a cool room of around 18 degrees Celsius. Its fans stayed under 34%, around 1400 RPM, and the card was not audible over the test system's 360mm AIO cooler. LAN OC's testing backed that up. In their IDA64 stress load test with the stock fan profile, they measured the Sapphire Pulse at 33.1 decibels, making it the quietest card in their test group by a clear margin. The XFX Mercury also cools very well, but it uses a much larger cooler to do it. In PC Perspective's 20-minute 3D Mark Steel Nomad stress test, the XFX hit 51 degrees on the GPU, 72 degrees on the hotspot, and 84 degrees on memory, with the fans topping out at 1445 RPM, or 38%. That test was also done in a cool room of around 17.5 degrees Celsius. So the XFX has excellent cooling headroom, especially considering its higher power behavior, but the Sapphire is the more impressive efficiency story. Smaller card, lower power demand, and still very quiet. Moving to power, this is one of the biggest everyday differences. The Sapphire Pulse is rated at 304 watts typical board power and uses two 8-pin connectors. That makes it simpler for most builds, especially if you already have a good 750 watt power supply. The XFX Mercury OC is more demanding. PC Perspective recorded momentary power spikes just over 430 watts, which explains why the card uses 3 8-pin connectors and carries an 800-watt PSU recommendation. That doesn't make the XFX bad, it just means you should buy it with the right case, the right power supply, and enough room for clean cabling. Next, let's talk about features. The XFX does have some useful extras. The magnetic air fan design lets you remove the fans more easily for cleaning, and the card has a more premium visual style with ARGB. If you want the GPU to be a centerpiece in a windowed build, the XFX does that better. The Sapphire is more functional. You still get a metal backplate, solid cooler design, 2 ball-bearing fans, and a clean layout. But it's not trying to be flashy. So XFX wins on presentation and enthusiast extras. Sapphire wins on simplicity. Now let's talk about value. Here, the decision depends on the price gap. If the Sapphire Pulse is much cheaper, it's the better buy for most people. It performs very close to the XFX, runs extremely quiet, uses less demanding power connectors, and fits in more cases. The XFX Mercury makes sense when the price difference is small, or when you specifically want the larger cooler, RGB, removable fans, higher factory clocks, and more premium build. But the XFX is not worth a big premium for performance alone. The testing shows the frame rate gap is really small. Finally, here's my verdict. For most buyers, I would choose the Sapphire Pulse RX 9070 XT. It gives you nearly the same gaming performance, excellent noise levels, strong thermals, simpler power requirements, and better case compatibility. Choose the Sapphire Pulse if you want the smarter everyday card. Choose the XFX Mercury RX 9070 XT if you have a large case, want the more premium-looking design, care about the removable fan system, or find the OC model close enough in price that the extra cooler and features are worth it. That's really what this comparison comes down to. Sapphire gives you the cleaner and more practical RX 9070 XT, while XFX gives you the bigger, flashier, and more overbuilt version.